I have no idea why we did this. I have no idea why we decided that it's gonna be fun. I just feel so anxious and so stressed, and I couldn't sleep last night. I think it's gonna be very, 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 very scary. So pretty much we decided that it would be fun to go to the scariest haunted corn maze in Canada. It turned out that this scariest corn maze is actually in Vancouver. I mean, not really in Vancouver, in Greater Vancouver. It's in Langley, so it's around an hour drive, I guess, from where we live to the corn maze. Oh my god, like, I kind of expected it's gonna be scary. This year they're not only doing the haunted corn maze, they're also doing pitch black and the scariest forest. So they're doing 3 attractions. And as far as I could say, as far as all the reviews we were looking through and like all the articles about this haunted corn maze and the other attractions, is that it's really, really scary. You could sign a paper where you would even allow other people to touch you. Obviously, we're not gonna allow to do that because I'm already scared. And like, I kind of try to think about it, and I feel like that was my idea. I have a feeling that it was my idea. We were literally thinking to back up, honestly. The tickets are $60 each, so it's $120 for the 2 tickets for both of us. And I was so scared that like I was ready to just give up and just to stay home and not go. Anyhow, we are going tonight. Halloween is Nick's favorite holiday, so I'm just blaming it all on him. It's just kind of the way to celebrate it, I guess. It doesn't feel like he wants to go either. I feel like he's scared too, because he even agreed to just bail, even though we already paid for the tickets and they're not refundable. That normally doesn't happen, so that makes me even more scared. If my boyfriend is scared and ready to just stay home, I'm just trying to convince myself that everything is good, like they're all actors. I was talking to my friend who's going as well, and she said they are all actors, it's not real. We are not going to allow them to touch us. However, I know that the corn maze is obviously happening on the farm, and there are always wineries at the farm. And I was thinking like, maybe I could just do just one attraction and then just go to the wine tasting room, or like get some pumpkin pie and just wait for them there. Another thing with this corn maze is that almost every day it creates huge lineups, even though we have a particular time scheduled. I think we are scheduled at 7, and of course it's already sunset, it's gonna be dark, but they ask us to arrive an hour earlier and just to wait there for the whole hour. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna be raining and cold. Is that a good idea? Like, I feel like nothing about it is a good idea. Just to wait an hour there to enter, to get scared, to not sleep the following night. And like, you know, like those feelings when like, you know, they're trying to scare you, but like, what if one of those people is an actual serial killer? This corn maze has their own YouTube channel, and they showed some videos on there. When you're entering the haunted corn maze, actually someone's like, even though they're not allowed to touch you, they're still allowed to follow you. So people have to run away from someone who's chasing them. And like, I don't feel comfortable to bail even, because I feel like that was my idea. Could it be my idea? It possibly was my idea. I suggested this even before we like realized how scary it is. Anyways, I'm just gonna go there and try to have fun. The first attraction is the scariest corn maze in Canada. A fog rolls over Mountain Farms. The circus returns for another year of laughs and screams, and the corn is bleeding again. Founded during the peak of circus culture in the 1900s, this twisted carnival comes to pull you into its circus of terrifying fantastic delights. From the cast of Ancient Wonders to a mysterious gypsy, what foul fortune might befall you within the tall corn. The second one is this Scariest Forest in Canada. A traveler guides you into darkness, folk whispering in between your fears as you find what horrors might persuade you further in the dark. Cursed and slaughtered, the pagan inhabitants of a once proud settlement have come back beneath the crimson moon to drag down any and all who walk upon their soil. Venture with us, if you will, deep within darkened wood. And I feel like the scariest one would probably be this, Pitch Black. Tossed into the turmoils and sensory assault of purgatory, this year's Pitch Black is a venture into the unknown and into your worst fears as they come out and touch you. Smell, touch, hearing, all of those will be pushed to their limits as you are ushered into darkness. No sight of a way out. Just the hope that the claustrophobic nightmare may end. For the horror extremists, welcome home. So this is definitely the one that I'm not gonna do. And I feel like Nick's not gonna do that too. Like, I'll do the corn maze just because it's the main attraction and it's kind of Halloween and like that's, it's kind of Halloween and that's what you want to do. Just walk in the corn maze. Last year we did this too, but it was daytime and it wasn't haunted, it was just fun. And I just love mazes in general, so if I try any, I would try that one first, and then I would probably do the forest, but I would not do the Pitch Black. That sounds very terrifying. Speaking of terrifying, we kind of decorated our place a little bit for Halloween. We got this artificial spider web and a couple of ornaments. Nick got this skull with the crow on it. Then it's funny that it's just next to the book The Daily Stoic. I feel like it just fits perfectly here. And then we have a set of books with the witch hat. Beware and Potion. It's like, as you see, it's books and there is the hat. And they stand, I put them next to my Harry Potter books. I also got this Potion bottle, pumpkin tonic. I feel like I just love everything pumpkin. And I like everything orange. We also put some spider web in the kitchen as well. You can see just a little bit of it right here. And then we just have it on some counters, some doors. So that's what we did pretty much for the decoration for the Halloween season. And I also put some spider web on this picture too. You could see just a little bit. And then we also have some spider web on the picture in the corridor. Just a little book update. Yesterday I finished Then They Were Gone, and I honestly, before I was just reading fantasy and it's October, so I decided to give a shot to the mystery and thriller book, and I wasn't that engaged in that book. I finished it, but now looking at it, I think I should have just stopped in the beginning when I realized that I don't quite enjoy that book. It's a little bit too, honestly, too gross to me. All the events that were happening is just my opinion. I had very hard time going through that book. There were so many events that just were so horrifying. How the book was built, there was no suspense, so we pretty much knew everything was happening. And right now I started reading this book, and I'm really excited that this is the book about vampires. It reminds me of Twilight a lot, and I love Twilight, so I decided to give that book a chance. Plus Halloween is coming, and I felt like it would be nice to read about some monsters, so hopefully I'm gonna enjoy this one. I'm just about to have some late lunch before we head out to the haunted corn maze. Louisiana sweet corn and red pepper soup. medium spice. I've never tried it before, but I heard good things about this brand, so we're just gonna try it. This soup smells very good. It smells like roasted peppers. Nick is gonna come any moment right now to pick me up to go to the haunted maze. Oh, I'm so scared. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking, but we're just gonna go through this. It's just one night, it's just a couple of hours. Our slot is from 7 to 8:45. So, and like we don't have to do all the attractions depending on how scary it is. But yes, I think that we can do it. Oh my god.
Where's the parking? We haven't gotten the candy corn yet. We gotta get some candy corn. Nice. I've seen a lot of horror movies that come. They don't pay very well, but
Yeah.
I don't know about other people's things. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. I know, wonderful person, what do I think?
Yeah,
About what?
about this whole experience.
Oh, it's fun. It's spooky and fun.
Super scary though.
Terrifying.
You were
Horrifying.
screaming and yelling.
Scariest moments of my life.
So we did two. We did pitch black, and it was inside. It was very, very scary, as I thought at that time. And then we did the second one, and it was the scariest forest. And that one, holy moly, that like there were three moments when it was just insane. Like one of them when it was like the person was just crawling and we didn't see anything because the light went off and on all the time, and then this person was crawling and almost like driving our feet. And then the second moment is when the chainsaw guy just jumped at us with a chainsaw. The last one was by this pig. That was like, it's hard to explain. It's like this artificial
Big head.
big head just jumping
Massive.
from behind the wall, like a massive one. That was, yeah,
Snorting in your ear.
so that one was super scary. But now we have the last one left, and it is corn maze, the haunted corn maze. That's the one that I'm most excited about, but I'm also like more scared about. What about you?
I'm looking forward to this one, yeah. It'll be fun.
Orange light.
Read before entering. Mon Farms, Haunted Corn Maze.
Today's the next day, and we made it back real life. We were very scared, but also we were just, it's been so much fun in a nice way. Like I was imagining it to be very scary to the point where I would just want to leave, but it was actually so much fun. So we ended up doing all three attractions. I was hoping to record more, but they didn't allow to record there inside. The first attraction with the pitch black, what that I thought was the scariest one, and I think it was, but since we were the group of 4 people, I was kind of sandwiched in between people. So whoever was going first and whoever was going last, they got the most scares. However, I think like whoever went first. Also, 2 of our friends allowed the actors to touch them. So if you allow actors to touch you, you pretty much just buy this glowing band and you put it on your head, and then they allowed to interact with you. I did not allow that, so thank God I wasn't touched. One of our friends was dragged somewhere in a different room, and it was very scary because then we were just 3 of us. And yeah, it was very, very fun. It was in some sort of a room, very dark room where you could see nothing, just random glimpse of light, and you should have somehow found the way out of that room. It took about 7 to 10 minutes, I think. Then the next one, I think, was the scariest, and that was the Scariest Forest. And there was this pagan inhabitants, kind of. They looked a little bit like zombie. They looked more like people, kind of human zombies with blood all over them and just very scary makeup. And then they again jumped at you. And I feel like for me it was more scary because at that attraction it was in the forest, so the area was open, so I couldn't be sandwiched in between people. So they pretty much scared you from every single corner, and there was no way to escape that. There was this one person, oh my gosh, it was so dark, and then someone was crawling towards us in the darkness, and holy moly, that was the scariest, I think. And then another person jumped out at us with a chainsaw, and I was like, okay, that's it. There was also this funny part when we were standing in the line to enter the forest, and there are also actors going around. You could see that actor. He was just walking along the line and trying to scare people. And for some reason, I think he felt that I was very, very scared, and he kept looking at me. Every single time he went back and forth, he kept stopping and kept looking at me and trying to interact with me. And when our line was already moving forward and when we were about to enter the Scariest Forest, we went there, and then he just ran after us. And then when we finished all of the attractions, he found me somehow. Like, that was just the most bizarre thing. Like, that person was the scariest person, I think, in the whole experience. But anyways, the Dark Forest was my most favorite, even though it was the scariest. I loved it the most. And then the last attraction was the corn maze, the haunted corn maze. And it was scary too. It was, again, like around 15 minutes or so. The Scariest Forest took us the longest. I think we were there for like 20 minutes. The theme of the haunted corn maze was the circus. So there were lots of kind of scary clowns. And I kind of feel like it was definitely scary, but I kind of feel like the theme didn't work for me with the haunted maze. I was expecting like big huge guy with a chainsaw and trying to chase us. However, there were a couple of chainsaws there, but I'm not scared of clowns, and I'm not scared of circus, and I'm not scared of freaks. So for me, it just took a little bit away of that experience. But anyways, the overall experience was fantastic. We also walked around the market too. We saw people who were drinking wine, and the one was like, it was so funny presented. It was like a blood packet, like, you know how in this vampire movies they drink blood of this like packages for medical packages, whatever they're called. Like, people were drinking wine out of those, and it was super creepy. There was also pumpkin ice cream there that was served in the pumpkin, in a tiny baby pumpkin. There were lots of pumpkins there too, and many people were coming to get the pumpkins. Plus, it's a winery, so they also sold lots of wine. But yeah, I'm so happy we went. I would definitely go back the next year. It was nice, kind of scary.